Hello, I'm Mrs. Moffat. I'm the band director at Jackson High School, and I'm really excited to get to talk to you today about how you get to register and which classes to register for so that you can become part of the Jackson Band family next year. So welcome to all of you who are from Gateway and Heatherwood Middle Schools, and I'm excited to talk you through this process. Before we talk about what classes you can register for, I just want to give you a brief overview of the program that we have available for you at Jackson High School, because it's a big school and there are a lot of options for you. I'm going to talk specifically about the instrumental music program that the classes that I teach and the like, because if you're seeing this video, chances are you're on track to go from a band program at one of the middle schools into the band program at Jackson. So we're going to talk about that part. We have several different bands that are options for you. If you've been part of concert and symphonic bands at the middle school level, then you're probably going to be coming into our concert band. We have the 4 bands that are very similar to what you've been used to. The first would be concert band. Next, after that, the next year, kids would typically go to symphonic band. Then there's wind ensemble. And at some point in any of this, some students may choose to audition for honors wind ensemble after they've become older students. So those are the 4 options for bands. And we're going to talk about which one's going to be correct, the right choice for you based on your current skills and your musical goals so that we put you in the right place. I'll get back to that in a minute. We also have a percussion ensemble at our school. We used to have 2. We have 1 this year because we've put more percussion in the band classes, which we'll talk about in a minute as well. But percussionists after your freshman year can audition into the percussion ensemble. That will be an option later, but that's the group that goes and plays at sporting events as the drum line. They also go to regional and often the state music competitions. It's quite a group of very highly skilled students who have really honed some really good skills. So as you come in as a 9th grader, if you're a percussionist and you work on your skills in concert band, then you will be able to audition for the percussion ensemble the following year if that's something you choose to do. And then we have a very cool jazz program at our school as well. Anywhere from 1 to 4 bands, depending how many interested students we have each year. And Mr. Lundquist is currently over all of the jazz program. I used to be doing that, but now Mr. Lundquist does that. He also teaches Jazz 1, and we have Mr. Badley who teaches Jazz 2, and they are awesome with the students that are in that program. We get to do lots of extra things with our jazz program, like traveling to jazz festivals, and we've traditionally hosted our own jazz festival at Jackson, and so there's a lot of neat things there. The jazz program is a 0-period class, so you would sign up for that if you want to do an extra class. It's not instead of band, it's an additional class. And it's from 6:30 to 7:25, 5 days a week. You get a credit and a grade for it, so that's really awesome for your grade point and GPA, as well as having fun with some great people. So back to the band program and a little bit more about what we do. We have classes, of course, just like you're used to in your band program at school currently. And in addition to that, there's always traveling that's done. We do local festivals. Some of our groups go out in communities and participate in regional solo and ensemble stuff. Many of our students qualify to go to the state competitions where they get to go and participate in either state honor bands or also state competitions where they've completed solos or they're in small groups, just all kinds of different things. And each spring we do a big tour to different places. We have a 4-year rotation that we kind of go through. Disneyland, if a student's in band for 4 years, they'll have an opportunity generally to travel to Disneyland and perform there and go in the Disney recording studios. So much fun. We do trips on other years to Vancouver, Canada for a World Strides Heritage Music Festival. This year I'm taking some students to Silverwood for the Silverwood Music in the Parks Festival, and I'm also taking our Honors Wind Ensemble students back to New York to play at Carnegie Hall again. So we have different trips there that have gone on. I've had students perform everywhere from Royal Caribbean cruise ships to festivals all over in Canada. I've conducted in Disney World with groups. So there are all kinds of different spring options that happen where we take our music on the road and go travel. So it's really fun. So how do you get to be a part of all this as you're coming into the 9th grade? Well, let me tell you, I'm going to share a screen with you here so you can see the piece of paper your band teacher is going to give to you. You're going to get this letter that's going to go home and it's going to explain what I've been talking about and how to contact me. And here's our concert band option it talks about. And I want to talk to you a little bit now about if you are interested in being challenged a little bit more. If you are doing really well in band and you feel like you might be more advanced and be ready for a challenging class next year, and want to look into applying for symphonic band, there's a process. You would apply by March 11th, and then you will get information that will show you what to audition for. Let me show you what that looks like. So this application here, I'm going to copy the link or open the hyperlink. This is what you will do by March 11th if you're interested in auditioning for symphonic band. You will go to this Google form, which is going to ask you for your email address so that I can communicate with you. So it needs to go to an email where you will check regularly. I need to know your name, what instrument you play in band. So if you play multiple ones, what would be the one that you would be auditioning on? If there's multiples that you're really, really good at. No, I don't want to hear you just play a whole bunch of instruments randomly, but if you do play 2 instruments, for example, that you would be really good at, list one and put a comma and list the other. But most of you will just put one. Which middle school you're coming from so I can plan my schedule to come hear you. I'd like to know how many years you've been in band. Just because you've been in band 3 or 4 years doesn't mean you're better than somebody who's just been in 1. It depends how you've used your time and how far you've progressed. So I'm just curious how, when I hear you play, how long you've had to practice to get to that space. Just estimate for me about how much time you spend outside of school practicing or playing instruments. So I want to know how much this is part of your life. It helps me put you in the right place. And I'd like to have you share why. Why would you like to be in a class like this where you'd have to work harder, where you'll practice more on your own, where it might require more time? Tell me why. What's your favorite part about being in your current band? I like to know those things. What do you contribute to your current band and to the music program? How do you help out extra? What do you do to go to the extra mile already? Those are the kinds of kids I'm looking for. What are you most looking forward to about being in our high school program? I'd like to know that. That's important because it's your program, not mine. And finally, what is something about you that's unique? That's probably the most important question. I want to know the people coming into this program. So tell me some things that will help me help you. And then the other thing you will do is you will go to this link here, like I'm doing right here. I'm going to open this link, and this is going to show you the audition material you're going to use. And here we go. So after I click the link, it goes to this place. You can scroll down all the way here where it says music download by instrument. Go to the instrument you play. I play trombone, so I would go trombone. You're going to do set B. Click on set B. And when that comes up, you can ignore the first page because that's for something else. You're just going to look at that second page. And each instrument's going to have something very similar to this. So you'll need to prepare a chromatic scale. You'll need to prepare these 2 etudes, the etude in this song. Check out your metronome markings and be sure you're looking into every possible thing you might need to know to learn to play this. This has a title. Maybe there's recordings of it out there you could listen to understand what you're expressing with it. I'm looking to see how students in symphonic band are students who like to go beyond what just a teacher could teach them, and they do extra learning on their own. And so this is how you get the opportunity to show me how you would do that, is based on how you would prepare for an audition like this. So essentially, you have a couple of options. You sign up for concert band, and I meet you in that class, or you sign up through this process when you get the form from your music teacher, Heather Witter Gateway. You'll sign up in a Google form to do this audition. You'll prepare the music, and then I will come to your school after spring break, and I will come and hear you play, and we will put you in the class where we can best suit your needs and where it helps build the best program for all of us at Jackson. I am really looking forward to helping you continue your musical journey. You have invested a lot of time and energy and effort into learning an instrument. You are part of something great. It's like nothing you've experienced when you are part of something that grows like this year after year. And it's, a lot of other things fade away as they go on, but staying with your band family and your band friends, will provide you with lifelong memories where we make beautiful music and beautiful memories together. And I'll tell you, those are the magical times you will not forget. So I am with you on this journey, and I look forward to being part of it. Reach out if I can answer any questions. Thanks.